Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear student of second secondary, we are going to solve questions of chapter 1, lesson 1 that we studied in the previous session. We will solve questions of El-Moaser from page 20 to 24. For the first part, we have 25 questions for this lesson. We will start with the first 15 questions and we will continue in the next video. Okay, let's start. Okay, we are going to solve questions of MCQ or the multi-choices equation or multi-choices questions that we will start with. The first questions, I want to mention that each question has its own subject for studying or for remember about old and new information. Okay, the first question: who is the scientist who didn't presume that the matter is formed of atoms? Okay, we want to know what didn't say that. Okay, we have here Democritus, and second one we have Dalton, third one we have here Aristotle, and the last one Bohr. Okay, the first scientists that don't mention that the atom formed of matter or anything that is important or make any decision for himself or make any opinion without any experiment that taken, who? Aristotle. Okay, Democritus make some or point of attention or point of first point that atom is a solid body. Dalton also mentioned that there is a nucleus. Bohr mentioned that there is a quantized energy levels, but Aristotle, it is a philosopher and didn't take any right opinion or up on experimental view. Okay, we have here the scientists that didn't presume any of the important informations about the structure of atom, who is Aristotle. Okay, the next question. Okay, question number 2 says that what is the choice which represent Boyle's idea about the element? Okay, we have here the drawing that illustrate the idea of Boyle. Boyle, its idea mention what? Mention that there is an element present in nature, and inside the element there is similar atoms, and these atoms are doesn't changes with fixed ratios, doesn't change by any other factors affect on it. Okay, we want to apply this one on the drawing in front of you. We have the first one here. It's not an element. We have here two colors, so it is not an element, it is a compound. Another one, we have here element, but by the effect of pressure and temperature it will decompose into two other elements. We have here number C and also D here. Here we have element from one atom that decompose by heat into simpler one that smaller in size. So the one that represent by idea of Boyle is what? Is number C, as we have here element consists of similar atoms, doesn't affected by any other factors here like temperature and the pressure on the reaction that make the reaction, still the two atoms forming the similar atom here. Okay, so the right answer will be here number C. Okay, we are going to question number 3. Okay, question number 3 says that each of the following is among Dalton's theory postulates except that. Okay, we wanted to know what is the exception here about Dalton. Okay, we have here the first one says atoms of elements contain protons, neutrons, and electrons. Okay, remember well that Dalton make a general view for the component of atoms didn't mention any details about properties of each one. Okay, we will continue. Number B, the masses of the atoms of the same element are similar. Okay, the other one, number C, here we have the atoms is invisible or indivisible, so we can't break it, and each element is formed of tiny particles called atoms. Okay, the last one mentioned by what? Mentioned by Democritus, the first one, and also Dalton mentioned, okay, also this one. We have here exceptions that Dalton not mentioned in his behavior or in this postulate, that he talking about element only, and the atom don't mention any of the details of the atom inside. Okay, so it will not make any experiment for measuring the electron, neutron, or proton. So here we have the right answer will be number A. Atoms of the element contain protons, neutrons, and electrons. We want to know the postulate or the assumptions that not mentioned by Dalton. Please, when you are solving this kind of questions, try to read the questions carefully, as they mention more than one sentence with the same idea or the same choose. Okay, please, we want to fix on this kind of question. You must try to solve it by yourself, and then try to fix what you are going wrong with you. Okay, we are going to question number 4. Okay, question number 4 says that which of the following examples agree with Dalton postulates? Okay, we wanted to know in the previous question the disadvantage or the opposite, and here we want the postulate. Number 1, the atoms which are found in a sample of chlorine resemble those which are found in a sample of sulfur. Do you think that here, if we have two substances, here we have chlorine and the second one sulfur, do you think that the atoms for general may be in the shape similar to each other? No, it's not similar to each other. The second one, the properties of molecules of hydrogen and oxygen differ from their proper water molecule. Okay, if we decompose water into hydrogen and oxygen, so the properties of molecules of hydrogen and oxygen differ from water when we form water. Okay, I think it may be right, maybe. Okay, the other one, okay, but mention here, we mentioned that, okay, Dalton agree with only element, not mention water, as water is a compound. Okay, remember this. Hydrogen can combine with oxygen to form water in more than one numerical ratio. That we say there is more than one ratio, not a fixed ratio. This is the meaning. If we have two hydrogen atoms, mention, will they be not two, maybe three, maybe four in the molecule? No, it is not right at all. The last one here, we have atom which form magnesium are tiny. Okay, what do you think about this? We have the last one here, it is the right answer. Okay, why? According to the assumptions or the words or the sentence that mentioned by Dalton. Here we have atom and its particles, any kind or any name, maybe small in size, and here we have very tiny, solid in the body, but it is an element as all and can't be decomposed by the effect of any factor. Okay, I think we have many assumptions that we are talking about it. Let's go to the other question number 5. Okay, question number 5 says that which of the following, I think it's a question not related to any of our studying this year, but its conclusion. It depends on you. You are studying and you are understanding any of our curriculum, but we have here some information. We want some information that you are studying in. Okay, which of the following facts doesn't match Dalton atomic model? Okay, I said it's a conclusion. Here we want to conclude what we are going to do. Okay, the mass of each atom of copper atoms equal 63.5 unit, mass atomic unit. Okay, here according to Dalton, he didn't mention that the mass affected, or he didn't take in consideration the mass or atomic mass of any atom. The other one, number B, mass of iron atom is less than that of copper atom. Okay, he mentioned also the mass. Here differ element from the other. Okay, maybe. Okay, we didn't want any one match with Dalton. Okay, here we have Dalton. Like I wanted to compare between any two bodies, I take the weight of each one. How we can compare between them? By the weight of each one. Okay, I think it's point of compare. The number C, here we have uranium 285 nucleus undergo fission forming lead. Okay, at Dalton don't mention any point according to radioactive element. So we have here uranium, and uranium make a fission and decompose into different simple elements, making lead at first. Okay, so here we have what we have, no affected, no mention for the radioactive element. The last one here we have hydrogen molecule is composed of two atoms. Okay, this is related to Dalton, as we say in the previous questions. So we conclude that here we have the right answer, as we mentioned that all the atoms, if we take an atom, we can say this atom is chlorine. Why? As we mentioned that its mass equal this number or known number. Okay, the other one we said we can difference between two atoms as each one has similar atom to the element, like calcium or magnesium or any one. The last one, hydrogen molecule composed of two similar atoms, yes, and they not affected by the effect of temperature or pressure. Okay, they are the assumptions of Dalton. Here we have not mentioned for the uranium or any active element that make fission to them. Okay, we are going to question number 6. Okay, question number 6 says that, okay, look at the drawing in front of you. We have here oxygen gas and hydrogen gas. They make a combination. Combination here mean that make a reaction to produce what? To produce water. Okay, we have here mass of each one, and the result one will be different from them. The opposite figure represent one of the postulates of atomic theory, an atomic theory that we have taken or we are studying or studied before. What is the name of this theory? We have here Thomson and Bohr, Dalton, and the last one, which one? Rutherford. Okay, here we have number 6. What do you think about it? We said that we have element with a definite fixed ratios. We have here hydrogen. We take a definite amount or definite mass. Here we have 55.555 gram, and we taken from the oxygen 44.4 gram. We take a fixed ratios to form what? To form